What's good, boxing world? Spence disappointed at knocking out Ocampo in the first round. Yeah, this is MikeBiggzBoxing coming at you with some more content on the boxing tip. Yo, hit that like and subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified when I drop this heat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the LDBC. Joe Errol Spence Jr., 24-0 with 21 KOs, says he wanted to give the 12,000 plus fans that came to see him last Saturday night a real show by beating challenger Carlos Ocampo, who now has a blemish on his record, in an exciting show at the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas. However, the fight turned out to be a gross mismatch, with Spence knocking out the 22-year-old Ocampo in the first round after hitting him with a vicious body shot. Spence half-jokingly said he would have carried Ocampo if he'd gotten back to his feet and continued fighting. Ocampo tried to get back up, but the pain from that vicious body blow shot he absorbed was too much for him to rise to his feet. If Ocampo had been able to get back to his feet, Spence surely would have finished him off with another body shot. I was a little disappointed. I wanted to give the crowd their money's worth, Spence said. I wanted him to sustain a bit and give him some punishment. But the body shot, I got him, and I dropped him. It's difficult for Spence to carry fighters when they're as badly overmatched as Ocampo was. He shouldn't have been in there in the first place fighting a guy like Spence because, he hadn't beaten any top 15 contenders to be given the number one ranking by the IBF. Ocampo left himself open for a left-hand body shot when he tried to counter Spence's previous body shot. Instead of attempting to block the second punch, Ocampo attempted to counter Spence and left himself wide open for the finishing body shot to the solar plex. I thought I would go to 4 to 5 rounds. If he had gotten up, I would have carried him, Spence said. Spence isn't kidding. He appeared to carry his last opponent, former light welterweight champion Lamont Peterson, to the 7th round before the fight was halted. Spence was literally toying with Peterson most of the fight. The only round in which Spence appeared to go all out was the 5th round, when he had Peterson looking hurt and on the verge of being stopped. The referee could have stopped the fight in the 5th and no one would have complained about it because he was taking a boat full of punishment in that round. I remember fighting in front of a couple of thousand fans, and now I'm packing arenas, Spence said. Spence's popularity is soaring with each fight. Since his win over Kell Brook last year, he's become the guy to beat in the welterweight division. Spence's star has risen while WBA welterweight champion Keith one time, no time, all the time, never the time, Thurman has seen his star diminish due to injuries and inactivity. Thurman was recently viewed as the replacement for Floyd Mayweather Jr. as the most talented fighter in the welterweight division. Spence has now taken over that number one spot, and Terence Crawford has slid into the number 2 position. Thurman is holding steady at number 3. The only reason he didn't slide to the number 4 spot is because he holds victories over Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter. Before Saturday night, Spence hadn't fought in Texas since his contest against Alejandro Barrera in November 15th in November 2015 in Dallas. Spence destroyed Barrera by a 5th round knockout. Barrera put in a better performance against Spence than the previous unbeaten Ocampo did Saturday night. Spence went after Ocampo's body and looking to wear him down, and he couldn't handle it. Perhaps if Spence had known how vulnerable Ocampo would be to the body, he might not have thrown him. But because the fight was over with too quickly, the fans didn't even get a chance to get settled in their seats before the fight was suddenly over with. That's always been my style. Break my opponents down. I know in sparring it has effects on them. I think I'm a great body puncher. Might have to change my name to the Body Snatcher, Spence said. Spence, who's viewed as the best fighter in the welterweight division, didn't need to switch gears in the fight because his body attack alone was more than enough to get the job done. Ocampo didn't make things easy on himself with the way that he stood slug with Spence. If Ocampo had at least used some movement, the fight would have been more competitive. True that, man. But Spence did his job, and it's not his fault they're throwing him low-level competition. And in fact, it's not to his advantage to fight smaller guys like, Lamont Peterson or, his latest guy that may not have been ESPN level. The only real fighter he's faced was a champion when he won that belt, Kell Brook. If they really want to build him, if they really want to build Spence, man, they need to, get him a Shawn Porter, Danny Garcia, or possibly the evasive Thurman. And if not them, then how about a junior middleweight? But to put him in with the Ocampo it's really counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? It bears no facts on why they did that. Terence Crawford has a lot of top fighters on his resume at the lower weight divisions. You know what I'm saying? But if they keep putting Errol Spence in with guys who he can walk through, he won't be ready for a talent like Terence Crawford, in my opinion, where he'll be getting hit hard and a lot and forced to use his legs more. You know what I'm saying? So, look at what happened to Ray Leonard when he ran into Roberto Duran. And Leonard had to face some good guys before Duran, but not the level Duran had faced. You know what I'm saying? So Errol won't be walking Terence Crawford down. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But, just my opinion. So, he won't be walking Crawford down with body shots without running into, left and rights and uppercuts and shit like that. So, he needs to fight guys that test him and force him to box more. If I was in his corner, I would be telling the promoters that they need to step up the competition so he can evolve. You know what I'm saying? Because the level of competition he's fighting now is obsolete, and they have no reason to be in the ring. And they have no reason being ranked at the top like that. I understand how they got Ocampo at number one at at IBF. I don't get it, man. He's not that great of a fighter. We couldn't even tell if he was that great of a fighter because he couldn't sustain a body shot. You know what I'm saying? So, promoters need to do their homework more, maybe. And hopefully he'll get the winner of Garcia Porter fight. That's what I'm looking to see, man. I'm looking to see him step up his competition, utilize his assets, and, get the KO that way instead of, that one shot to put the dude down on the canvas, man. That was kind of boring, but, it was expected because we talking about Errol the Truth Spence Jr., you know what I'm saying? Man down. You know what I'm saying? The new body snatcher. You feel me? So, I don't know. She had to be seen, man. Yo, shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to all my brothers putting out this content, man. Yo, y'all doing your thing. I'm doing my thing. Yo, this is MikeBiggzBoxing, man. Like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you'll be notified when I drop this content. You feel me? Peace.
Hey, yo.